All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning into Billiard Breakdown tonight. We've got number 6, Rohit Aggarwal, taking on the challenger, number 8, Rick Hovey.
Maybe I can be your first mate. Well, I need a confidence builder.
Rose says, I've lost every match I've played in the past month. And Rick jokingly says back to Roe, maybe you'll win this one. The players are going to lag for break. These are the top 15 players in Rochester, New York. Race to 9 in 9-ball pool. Commentary by myself, Michael Lynn. Roe is going to win the lag. Rick overhits it by only maybe half a table. Shout out to Dan Charlo in the live chat. Dan Charlo says, I got Roe if anyone wants to bet. Paul Jacob, our in-house commentator over here at Billiard Breakdown with the most soothing voice, says, I'll take Rick Hovey for $20, Dan. All right, Dan and Paul. Looks like we've got a little bit of side action, and Roe is going to start us off with the break.
So the only bat foul doesn't count. Outside of that, all ball foul, even though I didn't touch it.
Really nice shot there by Roe. Nice stroke to get on the 3. Stroking good to start us off. Doesn't quite bring the cue ball back far up the table as much as he would have liked, but this is still a makeable shot. Position on the 5 is a little difficult though. And the 4 ball is going to hang in the right corner pocket for Rick. Our overhead camera is flickering a little bit. Not too sure why, but Rick should be able to make this 4 and set up for the 5 ball, possibly into the side pocket. Little bit of a questionable leave there. Not too sure exactly where Rick was trying to get the cue ball. Rick misses the long pot on the 5, and the 5 is going to sit in that corner pocket for Roe. And Roe should be able to take the first game here. Paul Jacob in the live chat says the overhead camera flickers pretty often. Unplugging and replugging it in usually fixes it. Thank you, Paul. I'm trying it out right now. And Rhodes sinks the 9 nice and confidently. Nice shot, and the first game is his.
You want to be home? You want to be guest, buddy? Don't matter to me. There you go.
To Paul Jacob in the live chat, I unplugged and plugged in the HDMI, and now I'm unable to get past certain screens in the GoPro. Oh well. Rowe gets a pretty good bump on the 6. He's got the side pocket. The 7 does look like it clears the 8 into the corner. Rowe could choose to hit the left long rail past the side pocket, but instead he comes up with an amazing shot, shooting the 6 into the far right corner. Well done.
Come on, bro.
But he chokes on the 7 ball. Very surprising miss after hitting some extremely difficult shots. Rick back at the table with a chance. Pretty good chance as well. But he misses the 7. Rowe back at the table with a thin cut. Rick shoots the 7 with a good amount of right spin there. Not sure if he was actually trying to make contact or kick at it. But Rowe's got a shot into the side pocket. He just needs to slow roll this 7 ball. Right into the side. He gets it. Cue ball rolls a little bit further than Rowe would have preferred, but this is still a very makeable shot for him. He sinks it, and is he perfect for the 9? He is. Nice setup. 9 balls, no problem. Score is now 2-0 in a race to 9. Rowe misses the 2 ball by a pretty good amount, and the cue ball caroms off the 7. Rick's going to have ball in hand coming back to the table. Position on the 3 seems to be the most difficult thing here. If he can get a good angle on the 3 and hold for the 5 into the side pocket, he should be out. Let's see if Rick chooses to use a touch of inside spin. He does. He gets a nice bump off the 9. A little bit dangerous. He could have ended up behind the 8, but good roll there. And the 8 ball stops the roll of the 7 as well. But now the 8 into the side pocket is a little more difficult. He overrolls the cue ball by about a foot. He's got a tough back shot here. He misses it. Rowe back at the table. Needs to make the 8. Maybe the left corner pocket is the shot to go for. You get natural position on the 9. Although the side pocket pot likely is a little bit easier, but position on the 9 becomes more difficult. Where's the 8 ball going? Rowe ends up leaving Rick pretty perfect on the 8. He's even got a slight angle to where he can hit this almost regular center to bring the cue ball back towards the left for the 9 into the far right corner. but he misses it. Row back to the table with a really thin cut. Rowe tries to use heavy left spin to cut that 8-ball in. Doesn't make good contact, and he leaves Rick with a good shot on the 8. Position on the 9 still a little tricky. Rick may need to go short side for the position, which he does perfectly. And Rick should be able to get on the board. Scores 2-1. We've got Sean Zhang in the live chat. What's up, Sean? Sean says to Paul Jacob, you taking another bet? Give you 2 games on the wire. Sean looking to get some side action with Paul. 9-7 for Rowe. And Paul Jacob in the live chat accepts. He says, I'm in. Sounds good, Paul. Man, you guys. And Sean replies, okay, sounds good. Cue ball scratches into the side pocket. Don't know how it got there. Rowe visibly confused. Sean Zhang in the live chat says he should have waited to make the bet until the last game was over. Too late, Sean. Is Rick looking to shoot the 5-ball into the side pocket here? If so, he's got to shoot this 4-ball at pocket speed to have an angle. Instead, Rick goes for position into the left corner, and he does so extremely nicely. That's a very touchy pace to go for. Rick attempts to play safe. Doesn't look like he got there. Maybe he did. Nope. Rowe overrows the cue ball by a little bit and ends up a little awkward on the 6. He misses as a result. Rick's got an angle here on the 6 to bring the cue ball down to the short rail nearest us and between the 8 and the 9 for a short side position on the 7 if he chooses to do so. He goes for it, but he overhits it. This bank shot into the left side pocket is very doable, though. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, tell Ro to do it for India. Sounds good, Sean. I'll let Ro know. Ro gets a little bit straight, but he may just stun and shoot the 9 into the side pocket. Nice shot. And the score should be 3-1. He sinks it. Well done. Cory Payne in the live chat. What's up, Cory? Says to Sean Zhang. Sean, are you spotting me 9-4 now? I saw you beat Kirk 9-3. Cory Payne looking for a bigger spot. And we've also got Jake Jackson as well as Roger Jackson in the live chat. What's up, both of you? Jake Jackson is an up-and-coming high-level junior player. He's got multiple sponsorships at an early age of 16. But the best one is Billiard Breakdown here in Rochester, New York. Rose scratched early on the break here. And Rick able to get a favorable bump on the 6th ball for a position on the 2. Rick misses the 3, but I don't believe the 4 actually clears the 5, so it's not really a bad miss. Sean Zhang in the live chat says to Cory Payne, Kirk donated it to me. I'll play you, Cory Payne, 9-7. Rowe strikes a pose there for about 5 seconds. He nearly gets good on the 4. Rick Hovey able to answer with a decent safety of his own. Rowe is going to need a kick at this from the left long rail. Good contact. Not the worst leave. Rick is on the rail with a cut that's a little difficult to gauge here. Rowe was pretty straight on with the 4. tried to draw the cue ball back for an angle on the 5, but when you're that straight on and then you try to cheat the pocket, combined with a draw shot, you tend to miss. But Rick plays an extremely nice safety on himself. He's going to have to kick at this 5. I did not even realize it was possible for the cue ball to pass the 5 ball without contact. Rick Hovey finds a way. Rhodes should be able to finish this one out too to make the score 4-1. He got a little bit of an odd angle for the side pocket shot. As a result, he leaves himself a little awkward on the 8. Maybe a touch of inside to hold for the 9 here. Which he ends up perfect on the 9. Extremely well done. Nice recovery shot there by Rowe. The score is going to be 4-1. Really well done. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, Mike, who do you choose between Paula and Rowe? We're talking about Paul Jacob and Rowe? Man, I feel like whoever I choose, I'm gonna offend someone. I don't know. Paul Jacob calls Sean Zhang Daddy Fish. And he says Daddy Fish is an instigator. Sean Zhang looking to prove his point that Paul may have an edge because he's taller. So he definitely has an edge and more hair too. I mean, these factors are all extremely important when it comes to shooting pool. Rowe plays a very nice safety behind the 3 ball. Yeah, I think because Paul Jacob has the height advantage as well as the hair advantage, I may have to go 51% Paul over Rowe. But you know, Rowe does shoot a little straighter. So we'll have to see if Paul's height and hair advantage can overcome Rowe's straight shooting. Dan Charlo in the live chat says, I can't wait for my Paul Jacob money. Man, that's going to be money well earned for our number 1 ranked player in the top 15 players list in Rochester, New York, Dan Charlo. Rowe has ball in hand. Curious to see if he plans on shooting the 4-8 combination. But he ends up hampered, as Indian Paul Jacob would say, over the 6. Position on the 4 is a little difficult now. And the cue ball is going to hop off the table. Rick Hovey with ball in hand out of nowhere. Sean Zhang in the live chat says Paul Jacob is going to pay Dan Charlo in rupees. I could see that happening. Paul Jacob seems like the kind of guy who would be using rupees. You might be right. Rick Hovey overrolls the cue ball by 3 feet. He's got a tough shot on the 5. Paul Jacob and Sean Zhang are in the live chat making gay jokes with each other. They're very comfortable expressing those feelings. Thank you, Paul and Sean. And Dan Charlo makes a comment about Rick Hovey's beautiful blonde hair. BBH. Rick's got BBH. And Dan Charlo says he went full Eminem for this match with Rowe. I think Rick is just trying to flex his hair. I wonder if these mind games are going to work against Rowe, or if Rowe is... I think Rowe is pretty tough mentally, so I don't think the bright blonde hair, the BBH, is going to affect Rowe. And Rowe with a great cut on the 5 ball. He needs to hit this 6 into the side pocket. He should be able to hold position for the 9, no problem. He misses it. Rick Hovey back at the table. Can he make it 4-2? Looks like Rick's going to be able to do it. He chokes! Rick Hovey chokes! He chokes! And Rowe is going to be able to make it 5-1. Nice shot. Dan Charlo in the live chat says Rick Hovey's nickname is Rabbit. B-Rabbit. Not sure what that means, but I like Eminem. I like Eminem for Rick. I think it fits him well. Skinny white guy with blonde hair is textbook Eminem. Jake Jackson in the live chat says Rick Hovey is getting a lot of chances. He is getting a lot of chances. You're right, Jake. But he keeps choking on the 9 ball. Unbelievable. Dan Charlo in the live chat says he's looking forward to getting some of that doctor money, pre-med money from Paul Jacob. That would be plausible if Paul Jacob were studying to be a doctor. I don't believe he is, though. Rowe misses the kick on the 3. Rick Hovey with ball in hand. Both players all smiles here. Rick needs to put his game face on, though. Sean Zhang in the live chat says Rowe doesn't have his pink glove on. He probably knows Paul Jacob is watching his match. Yeah, you know, the pink glove is questionable. It's a little sus, but, you know, let the guy wear pink. Rowe cuts! Did you guys see that shot? He cuts the 4 in to the far right corner pocket. Absolutely ridiculous shot. He misses the 5, but what a shot by Rowe to pot the 4. Unbelievable. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, the moment Rowe doesn't wear the pink glove, I know he's good. Yeah. You know, Rowe's got the blue glove on, and he's shooting pretty well right now. Although Rick not taking advantage of Rowe's misses. Looked like Rowe was going for some sort of attempt on the 9 ball. Rick left with a stop shot here. But he misses the 6 ball. Wasn't the easiest shot, but still somewhat of a surprising miss there. Rowe back at the table. He may be able to thinly cut this 6. A back shot into the side pocket. Let's see what he goes for. Nice shot. Pretty good pace there. Tough cut on the 7, but he doesn't have to worry too much about position. Regular center ball should leave him a shot on the 8. But he goes for better. He goes for better, and he gets hooked on the corner pocket. Unbelievable roll right there after a great pot. Great shot by Rowe, using the edge of that right corner pocket to make contact on the 8. Well done. Rick is left with a shot, and he's likely to be able to finish this out. Really great draw stroke right there, and he's perfect on the 9. Can he get a second game here? He sinks it. Well done. Scores 5-2. Rowe with a 3-game lead.
I think this was good, but I don't know if this was good. Like, I don't think you double hit. I think because there was so I don't know if it came.
I see. So I felt like I double hit it.
I don't know.
I wasn't
I
sure.
couldn't tell for that. I couldn't tell either.
So you're saying, okay, that nothing touched the rail. You're saying.
I don't even know that. You had a better view than me. But then you're also
We can both forget about it.
doesn't change anything.
I got your score, bud.
Hey, how you doing?
Sure, bud.
Kicking ass? Actually, both
My ass
kicking ass?
Don't let him lie.
Who are you? Oh. I mean, I see you on top, so. Do you ever find that too?
You know, no, the more I play, the better I play.
Okay. Also depends on the day.
Sorry about that, guys. We just had a little bit of a blackout, but we're back on.
He said it's in here. Let me find out. Sean, do you know which one? He says you.
Rick with ball in hand, back on the table. Relatively easy out here. I would imagine he would want to set up relatively straight on for the 4-ball. Into the side pocket. Rick Under rolls the cue ball by a lot. He's not left with a shot. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Rowe back at the table with ball in hand, and it's looking really bad for Rick. Nice angle on the 7 to just straight draw this cue ball back closer to the 9. Great shot by Rowe there. Well done. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, Rowe flexing his muscles gone wrong. And he sinks the 9. Great shot. Score 6-2. Rowe with a significant lead over Rick Hovey right now. Rick needs to tighten up his game to get back into the rack. I mean, into the set. Rowe chokes on the break. Rick Hovey is going to get the break, it seems.
Huh? Probably better for you anyways.
Who knows, man? I have no fucking idea what's good and what's bad.
Really nice safety behind the 7 ball by Rick Hovey. Good speed. Eric Downer in the live chat says Rick needs to call a timeout and splash some Red Bull on his face. I don't know what to say. It could work. You really never know. Dan Charlo in the live chat says Rick's hair is too blonde now. The bleach leaked into his brain. Thank you, Dan. Also no response, but appreciate the comment. Rowe ends up pretty straight on the 6 ball. Position on the 7 is going to be difficult. He may even have to follow this cue ball all the way down the table. Tough shot here. At least he's off the rail. Definitely not ideal though. Does he leave Rick a shot? He does. Rick is absolutely perfect for the 7 into the side pocket. He should be able to finish this one out. Tough angle on the 8. He's going to have to follow this 2 rails back around the table. But he gets to a very awkward position. Quite the test here. Can he do it? Great shot by Rick Hovey there. Really well done. Nice pressure shot. Scores 6-3. Rowe with a 3-game lead. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, good shot to Rick's cut on the 9. Yeah, it really was. Well done. We have a person walking through the most inconvenient position to walk through. Rick misses the cut. Doesn't leave Rowe a shot, but he's likely to get saved here. Eric Downer in the live chat says Rick Hovey needs a 3-pack stroke. I don't know what that means. Could you elaborate?
All right, yourself wrong. Shit, I'm right in your way. I'm sorry, guys.
Wait. That's not the one we're on. We're on something.
What a breakout shot by Rowe there. Extremely accurate cue ball on that shot. Leaves himself a good shot on the 2 as well. Can he avoid the cluster to get position on the 3? Extremely well done. Eric Downer in the live chat says Rick needs 3 games to get even. Yes, he does. And Rowe's got a little funny of an angle on the 4 to get back for the 5. But he finds a way. Nice shot. But he chokes on the 5 ball, and Rick's going to be able to get back at the table. Maybe a little bit of bottom right to set up for the 6 into the right side pocket here. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball? Oh, man. Close call. Rick Hovey shakes his head. He actually gets the right angle to get good on the 7 as well. Cue ball nearly scratches into the right side pocket. Rowe concedes the rack, and Rick is able to get his 4th game. The score is 6-4. Rowe still with a 2-game lead. The key here for Rick is the 2-7 combination shot. If Rick can hit the 2-7 and leave a good shot on the 2, then he should be out. Rick is looking at the short side position of the 2 to shoot it past the 9 into the right corner pocket, though. What a miss. What can Rowe come up with here? And Rowe plays one of the best safeties of the match. Freezes himself on the 7 ball. Rowe says he tried to play a little too fancy there. On the way back! On the way back is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous contact there. Great touch by Rowe. I mean by Rick. Rowe scratches. Scratches his head as well. Double scratch. There are no problem balls on the table. Relatively straightforward layout here. Rick with a good chance. Rick is able to make short side position on the 6 ball into the side pocket. I wonder if he's going to slow roll this or play with pace and avoid the 9. Rick definitely a little frustrated about that miss. He should be out. I mean, Rick should have been out there. Rowe should be able to avoid the 9 by a good margin, bring this cue ball back up towards the center of the table, or get a lucky bump on the 8. Rowe says to himself, let's not take chances, as he grabs his extension for the shot on the 8 ball. He's going to want to draw this back a little bit. And he still chokes on the 8 ball. Rick Hovey left with a relatively straight in simple shot into the far right corner pocket. Can he do it? And Rick Hovey chokes harder. Rowe back at the table. Can he do it? Sean Zhang in the live chat says, whatever that thing Rowe is holding on to is too long for him. That sounds like a gay joke, Sean. Thank you very much. Jake Jackson in the live chat wants to know, what is Rowe's nickname? Well, that is for the live chat to decide, and you guys may begin to discuss Rowe's potential nickname right now as he takes the 7th game and regains a 3-game lead over Rick Hovey. What you got for me, Jake Jackson? I'm waiting for a nickname.
smoking too much weed. Like, weed is legal now? Do you smoke weed?
No.
Right, I think that's what it is. Like,
Might
people are fucking flaky nowadays. I understand I drink.
Even if you don't smoke, it's getting in your head. Even if you don't smoke, it's getting in your head somehow.
Say that again?
Eric Downer in the live chat says Rick Hovey snatches defeat out of the hands of victory. You're right. Rick had plenty of chances to keep the match really close, but he's unable to do so. Dan Charlo in the live chat says Rhodes' nickname should be Rotard. Rotard is that's not gonna stick because it's a little too risky of a nickname, but Rotard is good. Jake Jackson in the live chat says Row the Poker. That does not roll off the tongue as well as Rotard, but thank you, Jake. Great bank shot, and he's got a good follow-up here. Long bridge. Let's see if this affects the shot. I would bridge a little bit closer past the 6. And as a result, Rick gets a little difficult on the 4. Position on the 5 is tricky as well. We've got UK Beach Angler in the live chat. Wants to know, do these guys pick up any money? They do. Both players do work full-time, and they get paid either weekly or bi-weekly. And great shot by Rick Hovey there. He's got a long pot, but at least he's got a decent shot on the 5. And now he's spotting. This is the shot to make. Great back shot for Rick Hovey. This is quite the difficult run here. Very impressive if Rick can finish this out. But he's almost too sharp on the 8. Surprising angle there. He's going to need a lot of top right to get this cue ball back for the 9. Is he perfect? He is. Really great positional shot by Rick. And the score is 7-5. Rowe with a 2-game lead. Do we have any more nickname attempts for Rowe? Where's the cue ball going? The 8 ball stops the roll, and Rick's going to have a shot on the 1. And Rick scratches with confidence into the side pocket. Jake Jackson in the live chat says, Rowe the drinker. I mean, Jake, this is true. but you got to come up with something that rolls off the tongue nicely. Ro the drinker does not. Despite it being true. We've got Nick Capola in the live chat. What's up, Nick? Nick is also one of our top 15 players in Rochester, New York. Nick Capola says, call. That nickname also does not roll off the tongue, but thank you.
Wow. Good jerk that fucking shot.
And Rick is going to be left with a good shot on the 5 into the corner pocket. Should be able to use a bit of left to bring this 2 rails back towards the 6. Inside is also an option, but a little more tricky to aim. But Rick does not stroke through nicely at all. He's going to end up with a very long, difficult shot on the 6. Eric Downer in the live chat says, Ro's nickname should be, I hate getting shape. Well, let's see how he does on the 6 ball. And then we'll see if that nickname is going to stick. I don't think so. Ro gets perfect on the 8 ball. Well done. He should be able to get on the hill here. But he gets to a pretty awkward position on the 9. Can he do it? He sinks it with confidence. Nicely done. Ro is on the hill with 8 and Rick Hovey trailing behind with 5. Roger Jackson in the live chat comes up with Smokin' Ro. I don't know, man. I don't know, Roger. Smokin' Ro? I mean, Rick's is easy. The guy's like a 15-year-old Eminem. But Ro, on the other hand, seems to be a little more difficult. Although Dan Charlo did come up with a good one, I don't know if that one's going to stick. Sean Zhang in the live chat says, to Paul Jacob, I hope I didn't take away Paul's lunch money. You might have. But you know what? Not a bad time for a diet either. Dan Charlo in the live chat says Roku, aka Roku, like the TV streaming Roku. That's not a bad one either. I mean, Dan's come up with the top 2 nicknames for Ro so far. Roku, as well as Rotard. Those are all pretty good. Eric Downer in the live chat says, Rutro. That's Rutro. Rutro is pretty good too. Rowe is able to make a nice cut on the 7. He's pretty good on the 8. He doesn't have to worry about position. He just needs to hit this regular center ball a little over pocket speed, and he'll be perfect for the 9. He plays it 2 rails. Either way, it's perfect. Well done to Rowe. And to take the set, he sinks it. Really well done to Rowe there. The score is 9-5, and I'm going to see if I can bring Rowe in to do a quick post-match interview for you guys. We will be right back shortly.
Paul, you ready? Come on, man. Hey, bro.
All right, I'm here with Rowe, the winner. He defeats Rick Hovey 9-5. Shot pretty well today.
Winner,
What do you
winner,
think?
chicken dinner.
So, you haven't been shooting too well the past couple weeks, but today,
Couple of months.
couple of months.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I've been, oh my God. I want to like go home and cry. That's how bad I've been shooting. But, I've had life stresses, so.
Yeah, and life stresses obviously are going to affect anyone's game.
Right.
But, today you shot well. How'd you feel?
I think I shot below average.
Okay.
But,
Like below average of your regular play? Or?
right.
Okay,
right.
cool.
So I had low confidence. I was just trying to, make one shot at a time, keep still, those things. So,
Yeah, I
just
mean,
going back to basics.
you took a pretty early lead, like 2 or
Right.
3 games. Do you think that kind of set the tone for the match? Or
No, to me that doesn't matter, to be
Okay.
honest. Like, it's not just the ladies that call me the comeback kid, so like I don't mind being down. The
Ro-
score doesn't matter really. So
all the ladies call Rowe the comeback kid. You heard it here first. Dan Charlo in the live chat
Yeah.
was trying to come up with a nickname for you.
uh-oh.
He came up with Rotard. What do you think about
Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You should have so he has a table at his home.
Okay.
So Dan's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Like my little brother, right?
Okay.
And
Little brother?
he's like my little brother.
Okay.
He's like my little fat brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and every once in a while, I
Yeah.
go to his house
Uh-huh.
and I whoop his ass on his own pool table, which is extremely tight.
And how do you think that makes him feel?
Terrible, terrible. He can't. He does not know what's going on. Like how someone like me, who's a recreational player,
Yeah.
and does not actually really care about pool as much as he does.
Okay.
How I can whoop his ass. Like I beat him like 9-2
Yeah.
the
Wow.
last time I played on his table.
Damn,
so-
really? 9-2?
9-2. Yeah.
Man, you got to do that on the
So-
stream.
Huh?
You got to do that on the stream.
I have my days,
9-2 against Dan Charlo is tough.
Yeah.
But
So,
that's
but
good.
no, he's gotten better. He's kicking ass, but he cries too much. That's his problem, little chubby crybaby.
And Sean Zhang in the live chat was
Uh-oh.
saying how he knows you're going to shoot good today because you're not wearing a pink glove.
Man, I played so bad. My mom called me. Can you believe it? My mom called me to tell me how bad I played against Sean.
Oh,
I lost
God.
like $300. It was like brutal. I don't
Damn.
think I've played that bad in a long time, but I was, going through.
But you know, the more you drink, the worse you play.
That is true. That is
So-
true. That is true. Yeah, I gotta control my drinking a little bit. I'm not like Jason Hunt level, but
That's a different level.
that's a different level. Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, but I was upset. I had life stuff going on.
yeah.
It happens.
Well, anyways, Eric Downer. Do you know Eric Downer?
I do not.
Okay, neither do I. But he says congrats to Mr. Rowe in the live
Thank you.
chat.
Thank you.
And yeah, congratulations as well.
Yeah, no, Rick had his chances. To be honest, he needs to
Stop choking on key shots.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say those words, but I really like his game. His fundamentals are really good.
Yep.
So you see, I will tell you one thing. Like as he's practicing, when he locks his right leg, he shoots great.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's the same exact thing. So one of my best friends is Lynn Wexler, who's one of the best shooters for his age. Like
Yep.
he's like 90 something.
Yeah. Looks like it too.
I know. So I can tell when he's gonna miss a shot when his leg is not locked.
Interesting. Locked?
So-
What in what way? Like locked bent or locked straight or what are we
It
talking?
needs to be locked straight.
Locked straight.
So
okay.
Rick made a couple of really good shots when the last game he won.
Yeah.
He made very nice shots, back cuts and stuff like that. And his right leg was locked, and I was like, if his right leg is locked, he's gonna make it, and he did.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I see that,
I mean, Rick had one really good run.
He
you know,
did, he
towards
did.
the end, but
And-
when you're down a lot, sometimes you tend to shoot looser because it's like
right, free roll.
Yeah,
free rolling. Yeah. No, I think he should have beaten me, to be honest, because he
Really?
definitely- Yes.
really.
Oh yeah, I didn't play very well. I mean, I missed that.
I thought you played fine. I mean, you missed a couple key shots, but
I didn't play very well.
okay.
So I think he should have beaten me today,
Wow.
to be honest.
Yeah, quite the comment.
Yeah. So he basically, I don't want to use the word choked. I think.
I mean, he definitely choked multiple
Right,
shots.
right.
I know that these are like 10 out of 10 shots for him in practice.
Right. So I think stillness is so important because I get that way as well. When I'm not staying still, right, on my shot.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to minimize the
Right.
number of factors that go
Right.
in to every shot.
Minimize your variables, right?
Right.
So, but to be honest, like I got into like a little bit of a F around mode a little bit because he was shooting kind of not good.
Yeah, and
He's a much better player than that, to be honest. His fundamentals are actually quite strong, but I think he was, like I said, like he was not locking his body position. And if you're not going to lock your body position, you're not going to make any long shot.
interesting. Okay.
So-
Yeah, hopefully Rick listens to this post-match interview you did and takes some of the advice.
I don't know if I can advise anybody anything.
All right, Ro.
All
Well,
right, brother.
Thanks again, man.
Hey, a great time. I don't know. Is there anyone else who wants to play? I'm in a playing mood now.
Ooh, Ro's in a playing mood.
So,
well, to everyone in the live chat, I know we got Dan Charlo, Jake Jackson in the live chat, Sean Zhang.
I don't
and
know. I mean, no.
James
not-
Baya says, Robo, I am challenging you. Do you know who that is?
I do. Jimmy
Okay.
Baya, a very nice friend of mine, very nice man, from Buffalo. He hangs out at Bison Billiards. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever been to Bison Billiards.
I have not.
Very, very nice pool hall.
Sweet.
Mike Shriver's a lovely man. His wife, Lynn.
Okay.
Very lovely.
That's my last
people.
name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The other Lynn, yeah. I got too many Lyns in my life.
I know.
They're all good people somehow. So
One's 90, one's Chinese.
I know.
All right, well,
So why don't you and I play? Come on, let's do an
Me and you?
exhibition match. Come on.
I don't know.
You're a 650 player.
yeah.
Come on, man. I'm only 585.
Oh,
Let's play.
man.
Let's play.
I don't know.
Let's play
I
for
don't
your McLaren.
I'm scared. Oh, now I'm really scared. All right, Ro.
All right, man.
I'm going to end the interview now.